What up, my mates? It's Bailey here. It's been a while. Right? It's been almost an entire season since we have spoken last. Actually, last time we spoke, it was summertime, and I was about to head into the high school life and start my career as a freshman in high school, and everything was scary and crazy, and marching band was going on, and then so much schoolwork, and all my classes, and everything was just so overwhelming, and then I just didn't have time to make videos. Also, I just decided I kind of didn't have the knack for YouTube, but I thought, hey, since I have a really good story, I'll give it a try again. I legit just off my chair. Okay, so basically what happened today was I had my NCFE, which is a North Carolina final exam, and it was for an Earth Environmental Science class that I absolutely despise. I hate this class because we do so much busy work. I mean, we learn a lot. I mean, we get a lot of stuff done, but at the same time, there's just so much work component into it that you absolutely dread going to the class every single day. Today, I woke up 6 o'clock, practiced my piano, and I had some Reese's Puffs for breakfast. I was kind of tired, so I drank some coffee just, to perk up my spirit. So I show up to school, and I'm in the band room, and I'm kind of having test anxiety. Not like I'm so nervous about a test, I don't know if I'm gonna do well, I don't know the material, I'm just so stressed out, No, I don't get like that. I basically just kind of have a panic attack at the idea and the thought that I am going to be trapped in a room for 3 hours with no coping mechanisms and nothing to calm myself down. And if I need help, no one is going to be able to do anything or say anything to me, and I'm not going to be able to leave the room or go anywhere during this time. So basically just the idea that I'm sure most of you guys can relate to. So I'm taking this test, right? And we have about 2 to 3 hours to take this test. We've already taken one break, and I'm kind of not really aware. At the beginning of this test, there's this man. So for my state, we're not supposed to have the teacher of the class in the room with you taking the test. So there's this other dude in here with his South Caldwell football shirt on, acting like he does not give a crap about the world around him. He does not care about your grades, about your well-being. He does not care what you had for breakfast this morning because he is so concerned about what's going on in the football world right now. You can tell this man had no interest in being in this classroom for 3 hours with a bunch of ninth graders. But, could you blame him? So there are just things when you're taking a test that are just common courtesy. For example, you're not supposed to talk. The teacher and the people around you are supposed to be kind of quiet and not interacting with the students whatsoever. The door is usually supposed to be closed, right? So no noise in the hallway can come through the classroom and so that you're not distracted. I was so distracted. This man who had absolutely no interest in being in this classroom had the world's most squeaky shoes. He was walking around the classroom like SpongeBob. Also, at this time in January, it's wintertime, except not in North Carolina. Why is it 68 degrees Fahrenheit outside? But most people are sick and have a cold anyway, which I totally understand. When you're sick, you are supposed to cough. You're supposed to be congested. But this man had the ever-loving nerve to keep coughing so loud. It's fine if you need to cough during a test. Just go like, whatever it takes to get it out of your system. But this man was coughing like tuberculosis had just knocked on his front door with the most loudest and obnoxious knock in the whole world. Like, at the beginning of the test, he just goes up in the front of the room and, it's fine if you need to blow your nose, like, okay, that's cool. And he only did it once, to be fair, which was fine. But he goes, I got snot all over my hands. Ew. Maybe I got tuberculosis. That's rude. I need to stop making those jokes. Also, there was this other man in the room who kind of, was walking in and out of the class, looking at the kids, walking in the hallway just to, make sure no one was passing by, making a lot of noise. But everybody in the classrooms around us and in the hallway were making no noise whatsoever. But, close the door. Still, there are teachers escorting students to the restroom. The door doesn't need to be open. I don't need to hear them walking. I don't need to see them walking. To be fair, I was just so unalert during the whole thing, and I was reading these questions, which I'm not allowed to share on the internet, by the way. You're not supposed to do that. Reading these questions just like, And there's this woman that comes in the classroom, you know, fine, okay, come in, maybe you need to say something. But the football guy and this guy were just kind of making conversation. Like, they say one sentence to each other. But for some reason, at the time, I was so unfocused, and I could just not stand the fact that they needed to say something to each other, and it couldn't have waited until after the test, and it wasn't even about the test. They were just talking. So, first break comes around, I'm just kind of sick and tired of the whole thing. Some people were already done. We are about to take our second break, and I look around the room and realize that no one else has a test on their desk. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was the annoying person who was the last person to finish the test. Like, oh my god, like people were literally giving me the look like, how dare you take an hour and a half to answer a 45-minute test? How dare you take an hour to complete a test that we're given 3 hours to complete? How dare you take as long as you're given to complete this test? I finished this test after the first break. It took me 50 minutes. So why are you taking 60 minutes? Like, I'm so sorry that I just, like, don't have the ability to, like, answer these questions because his shoes are squeaking and his nose is running and he's coughing and my hand hurts. As the second break was about to happen, which would indicate that we had just spent, like, maybe 70 minutes taking this test, and there is a person in my class who's a very vocal yawner. Okay, there's nothing wrong with vocal yawners. Some people need to take some voice to yawn. Did I just make you yawn? I think I made you yawn. You know, yawn is contagious. And so I'm taking this test, and of course everyone else I already know is done. But Jackson yawns. And, you know, I notice it, but I'm like, it's fine, it's okay. But everybody starts snickering and laughing, like, do you really? I got a test on my desk. And I am taking a test right now. Do you need to snicker? Do you need to laugh? Is it that impossible for you to hold your feelings inside? Because, like, I'm in the middle of taking a test right here. Like, do you mind? Like, what you doing, mate? That, plus the kid who always stares at me while I'm doing my work in this class regardless. But while we're taking a test, I was like, for sure, this one day, last day that we're going to be in this class for the rest of the year, for the rest of our career, heck. And you need to just stop staring at me. For one day, just let me take my exam in peace. And this boy who already completed his test, he's just turned to me like, maybe to be honest, he wasn't looking at me the whole time. Maybe he looked down, maybe he looked up, maybe he just looked, you know, across the room. But it annoyed me how his face was turned in the direction of my face. Like, I'm taking a test. Like, don't distract me. Like, I'm here, I'm taking my test. You need to be in your own little bubble. Like, be flat on the floor. Straight ahead, read, do whatever you need to do, just do not look at me. While South Caldwell boy steps out in the hallway, you know, to take a look around, he says something to me. What's he doing? What is he doing? I am taking a test. I give him this look, like indicating with my eyes that I have a test on my desk and you need to shut up and let me finish because I have 5 problems left and I need to go over my test and you need to shut up. So the test is finished. I raise my hand, put my calculator. By the way, why were we given a calculator to do a science test? Put my calculator on my test, and a man comes up and he goes, "Are you done?" And I say, "Yes." And he takes my test, puts it on the table, and he goes, "You have completed your exam." And afterwards, everyone in the classes around us was still testing. But we were done early. Really early. So he lets us know that it's okay for us to talk, just, you know, not to talk too loudly because other people are testing in other classrooms. What I don't understand is some people are physically unable to whisper. Like, okay, maybe it's just a thing. Like, I'm physically unable to laugh quietly. It's just a thing for me. Like, I'm a loud person. I get you. But some people just cannot go, okay, so like, did you think number 39 was like hard? Like, rep. So, you know, people are whispering, and I'm done with my test, but I am so pissed off to the max right here that I'm just like sitting at my desk just like fingernails digging into the side of my cheek. I was just so ready to rant to someone, which is why my lovely audience are here today. But, you know, maybe the class got a little bit too loud. Of course, it's bound to happen. Everyone was just kind of talking over each other, and when someone's not whispering, you have to stop whispering to talk over the person trying to talk to. And the guy's like, all right, getting a little bit too loud. All right, getting a little bit too loud. Okay, we're getting a little bit too loud. And all of a sudden, this lady with this black hair comes into this room and is like, there are other people taking a test here, and you guys need to be respectful and be quiet. Like, she was louder than any of us were, just like talking. And she was yelling at us to be quieter. Like, Okay, you're being so loud, I bet everyone else wasn't irritated with us until you came into the room and told us to be quiet. So anyways, regardless, I'm sure I had made a terrible grade on that final, and I'm gonna be excited to get it back. But yeah, I guess I just wasn't focused. I mean, probably the cup of joe just made me so alert and so hyper that I just could not sit still. And I could not stop listening to the squeaky shoes, or hearing people snicker when someone yawns. Or maybe just everyone was just so ever-loving and annoying. But it got on my last nerve, just to be clear. So, to wrap up with this exam talk about my horrible exam experience, tell me about yours in the comments if you have any, or if you haven't taken your exam yet, or if you're in the middle of exams, good luck to you. May the odds be ever in your favor. Forgive me, please, I can't whistle. And if you're so stressed about exams, and you're stressed to the max, and everything's just piling on top of each other, take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. Your exam experience will probably be better than mine. Read over your notes, make sure you know the material, eat a good breakfast. I was really hungry like 30 minutes after getting to school. So eat a better breakfast than Reese's Puffs or nothing at all. Maybe don't drink coffee unless you're really tired. Make sure that you just try your best. And good luck to you out there, everyone taking a test, and I hope that you do your best. Have faith in yourself, have faith in other people, and, maybe don't be annoying. So that is all I have for you guys today. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you think that this is relatable, because I think that this is relatable and I'm pretty proud of myself for being relatable. Give this video a thumbs up also if you really find people annoying. And give this video another thumbs up. This makes 3. For just hating everybody. I will see you some other time. Bye-bye!